Man, this is lifestyles of the poor and unfucking fortunate. But I tell you what, but bitch, we got bitch.
I think, you know, Jimmy Iovine, shout out to J.I., man. Like, he, you know, that man believed in me at a time when I to this day, I really don't necessarily understand why he believed in me as deeply and passionately as he did. But the man really, really believed in me, and I'm forever, you know, indebted to him. But he definitely thought he found him a honey hole with the whole, you know, credible black producer and white boy.
He's like, this is the formula.
Yeah. And it was, you know, because at that time, a lot of people don't recall like what the culture was. I mean, like the climate was for a white rapper, you know, post Vanilla Ice. But
like for the South,
there was a lull after that. There was a kind of a long period where there wasn't really no white rappers getting on, and you kind of in the early to mid 90s, you kind of as a white dude that rap, you kind of had like this feeling like there was only gonna be one more to ever get on. You know what I'm saying?
Dude, that's why when I heard Ugly was a fucking celebration.
That's why I like that generation of white rappers, and even still to this day, white rappers notoriously and foolishly hate on one another. You know what I'm saying? Like they only white dudes wanted to be the only white dude at the all black party, like, or some shit like that.
It's a major flex, dude, to come out the way you did.
And so like, and I remember the day that I first saw Eminem. I saw
like in person?
No, just Hi My Name Is. Because like I said, as a white rapper, you feel like, man, someday another white boy gonna get a chance, boy.
Somebody gonna break through.
It's gonna be me, and if it's me, I'm gonna be ready, and I'm gonna rep this shit. You know what I mean? I'm gonna kick this shit and rep this shit. And I'm sure a lot of other cats felt that way. And then when Eminem came out, it was done. He was so dope, and it was executed so perfectly. Yeah, you know that. I remember I was like depressed. Like, for 2 days, I ain't come out of my room. And then my Big Steve, my best friend, came over. He was like, "Get your motherfucking ass up." He was like, "You got it fucked up, man." He said, "You different than he's the shit, man. But you different than him, man. You Southern, you country, man. And like, it's just a different thing, man. It's still ears for your voice."
Yeah, that's dope. I just shout out to him.
Yeah,
because
for sure. Because I was like really damn about in my mind. I had, of course, I'm the kind of motherfucker. I'll fold up the tent tonight, and then the next day be like, "What the fuck? Oh, you thought I was for real? Let's go. What
I'm back."
Yeah. And
I get it.
And so yeah, and then from that moment to 2 years later, as my label mate, you know what I'm saying? We both on Interscope, and you know we got that whole dynamic going on. And from afar, he was always very supportive of me. You know, he always fucked with my shit.
Did y'all ever like even like discuss doing a record together?
Not really as far as discussing a record, but man, when he shouted me out, even when he dissed me on the song that leaked on a song called Goat Hell, the way he dissed me was really like very complimentary. But it was like back then rappers just wasn't collaborating, period, like that. You know what I'm saying? Like now the collaborative process and that energy is so much more prevalent. But at that time it was just to collaborate was a lot more difficult. It wasn't as simple as just emailing shit back and forth. Labels were a lot more involved in that, you know what I'm saying? That they shut shit down or make shit happen at their own leisure. And but I just remember meeting Eminem at the Anger Management Tour in, I guess it was 2003. And it was in Atlanta. When I tell you, like, the energy in this backstage area was just like, I mean, Andre 3000 was back there. I was with Rico Wade from Organized Noise. Tip was back there, like, and it was just a very crowded and festive, but it was very like this one area is where everybody could be. And then you know how they was rolling back then with the security forces, you know what I'm saying, around. You know, they was because they was going through it with Ja Rule and them. And I remember Bizarre comes, like, we're in this crowd of people. Shout out to Bizarre. Busy from D12. He was in my first video too, in Ugly. Busy made the cameo, and I know a lot of people was like, "What the fuck? How did that happen?"
That's what I said.
But Bizarre, man, came and ripped with me, man, and took a chance and gambled on me, to be honest with you. Gambled on me on Eminem not getting pissy about it. Gambled on me, you know, actually becoming something, you know. So I'm forever indebted to Busy for that. They basically, Bizarre comes and gets me. He's like, he won't talk to you. Like, all these people are waiting to see him. Andre, like I said, Tip. And he's like, he won't talk to you. I was like, can I bring Rico? And he was like, hell yeah. So me and Rico go back there. And I'm telling you, like, this security detail, dude, like had like it was like not like Uncle Bebo from up the street and the other big dude, from the hood. Like it wasn't them kind of security guards. Yeah, presidential detail type shit. It's like two at this door. You get through that. I'm talking about strapped up
perimeter.
Like strapped.
They're watching the perimeter.
Strappy motherfuckers.
Those motherfuckers outside on the roof and shit.
Yeah, like you all of a sudden just like if you try to approach, all of a sudden you'd just be like naked and like hogtied and be like, what the fuck happened?
Right.
But or worse. But and so like you went through these two layers of like I said, like really, really fucking like real deal that I had never experienced before. I never seen actually in real life seen shit like that. And then we get back there and I tell you to mark, which music marks the chapters of our lives. And so just to mark this chapter, he had just recorded the Hail Mary remake that he did of Tupac's Hail Mary joint, where he's dissing Ja and all them on there.
Yeah.
Somebody, ecstasy got you feeling all emotional and mushy. And he was playing it. And later on it occurred to me, damn, he was playing that because he wanted me to hear it when I walked in. You know what I'm saying? Like, not like on no like dissing me, but like just on some proud MC shit. You know what I'm saying? And I remember I walked in there, and we didn't really like speak a lot at this time, but I just remember he said something very profound to me that I didn't necessarily understand exactly what he intended was saying it at the time, but probably about 2 or 3 days later, just after thinking about it nonstop and processing it, I realized what he was saying, and it was one of the best compliments that anybody ever gave me. And basically, he said the first thing he said is because the music was still playing in this room. Like I said, it's a weird energy, but I just remember how focused and sharp. He was like a shark, man. He was just a very focused, serious guy,
like fierce type shit.
Yeah, like he was just like, it was a different energy. It was probably the only time, like, and I wouldn't feel this way today, but at that time I was starstruck. It's probably the only time I've ever been starstruck in my life. And I've hung out with Leonardo DiCaprio, you know what I'm saying?
Flex.
Like, I mean, like I've been blessed, man.
I couldn't imagine, Bo.
On this journey. And
I really can't.
And so, I was really like, kind of like, you couldn't have known it. You wouldn't have known it, you know what I'm saying? Because I'm a pretty cool customer as far as that goes. But yeah, I was definitely like feeling it, you know what I'm saying? Like, God, man, that's the real Eminem.
Right.
Like, you know what I'm saying? He was larger than life, boy. You know what I'm saying? Just keeping it a buck. But, and he said, I got nothing but good things to say about you. And I was like, yeah, man, I know, man. I said, that's mutual. Believe that. He said, I just always want to tell you this. He said, you deserve to make it, whether there had ever been a me or not. You know what I'm saying? And basically, I was like, what does that mean? Basically, what he was saying was the white rapper explosion had occurred, and it was kind of just the floodgates were open as we see now for all times. You know what I'm saying? Of white rappers.
I agree with that.
But what he was saying to me was most of these motherfuckers are only getting on because of me, because people, and they don't really deserve it. I'm not dissing nobody. I'm not calling no names of no people that got on and signed to major labels and either never came out or bricked or whatever. But in the early 2000s. But what he was saying is whether I had ever come into this shit or not, you deserved it. You know what I'm saying? Like, regardless of whether there had ever been a me, there should have been a you. You know what I'm saying? And I was like, that really hit home with me, and I really had a chance to digest it. I was like, damn, that's some cool shit, man.
That's what's up.
It's amazing.
Shout out M, man.
Yeah, shout out M.
For real.
But shout out Bubba Sparxxx.
Yeah, for
as I sit here and I
hey man, my high school football coach, rest in peace, Jim Holly. He used to say something that sticks with me to this day. Anytime I'm in a situation where I feel like, dang, there's some big shit going on, he used to tell us, he'd say, hey, guys, you ain't got to take a back seat to nobody or nothing. You know what I'm saying? You put your jersey on, you put your, pads on, and we go play just like they do. You know what I'm saying? So I ain't just like, you know what I'm saying? But it's an honor to be in the presence of somebody that you truly respect. Like I did him at the time and still do.
Yeah.
For his artistry especially.
Yeah.
And And so it was just a cool deal, man. And you know, I've been in other situations like that, but probably none that compares to that because he was so colossal at that time, Charlie. You know what I'm saying? Like he was, like 50 was old. It was all happening. The height of the height of the Aftermath Shady G Unit empire, like the height of it. You know what I'm saying? Like, and man, it was just,
it's unreal.